it got worse, and worse doesn't even begin to explain it. And we're just now starting, which is even more concerning. Episode 7 of Alien Earth released just yesterday. Let's talk about it. So first, let's start off with Wendy. She is literally the most overpowered synthetic I think I've ever seen in this franchise. Capable of talking to xenomorphs, has the ability to overwrite an entire city, and the threat level of her is at an all-time high. Even though she is a kid, she's starting to understand that things inside Prodigy are not what they seem. She is not safe in the one place that Boy Cavalier told her she was safe in. And now that she's befriended a xenomorph, which we've never seen before in the films, she now has the ability to command this thing to do her bidding. Like as if she needs that, knowing that she's already strong as shit as it stands. Like these two are a duo you don't want to mess with. And on the topic of the synthetics, it's really just a shit show among all of them. Wendy doing her own thing, wanting to leave. Same thing with Redhead, whose name I cannot remember to save my life. Arush doing things behind Prodigy's back to help Weyland-Yutani, getting Smee involved in it. And what's her face here, just being an instigator. I really don't like her. She desperately wants to still be Boy Cavalier's favorite, knowing the shit that's going on, and that's the least of her worries, but she doesn't care. So after it's all said and done, Wendy, her brother, and the redhead try to go to the boats to escape. Arush and Smee are now grounded. What's-his-face is dead, and she's just going through it. And going back to the Xenomorph and Wendy, when Morrow and the rest of his crew, or Spec Ops, show up on Prodigy Island from Weyland-Yutani to take everyone out, there's a part where she orders the Xenomorph to take out everyone. And even though it was a short scene, it was honestly generational. We only ever see something like this in the comics. So being able to witness this happening in real time in a TV show, I couldn't have asked for anything better. To think it was almost going to happen again on the boat. Which, by the way, on that boat, both of those synthetics, absolute demon. That part where the soldier grabs Mr. Strawberry and throws it off the boat, and she just grabs his jaw and breaks it and rips it off. Dude, that's the first time we see the synthetics do all of that. And I'm gonna be real, they were piecing up everybody on that boat. Because apparently Prodigy knew they were trying to escape, so they got people on the boat beforehand in order to apprehend them. Believe it or not, Wendy almost called the Xenomorph to take everybody out on the dock. But it didn't happen, which I think could have changed the tides of everything had that happened. And honestly, I think I can agree with everybody after watching this episode, Hermit needs to go. Homie needs to go. I personally never really liked this character, but after seeing Hermit tase her and put her out of commission, I'm like, yeah, bro, you're kind of ruining everything. Just because his friends are there to apprehend him, even though he's the one that wanted to leave. Which I find kind of hilarious, considering Hermit's friends that were on his force never really cared for him. So why he went and did that to begin with, I couldn't tell you. But he really needs to go at this point. I'm being so for real. Now, on the topic of Kirsch and the classic cyborg synthetic nature, Homie just watches everything, but at the same time is instigating everything, playing both sides, as he helps both Arush and Smee get Arthur to the beach so something could happen. Now, whether he calculated this and knew it was going to happen the way that it did, I couldn't tell you. I think Homie's just doing it for the love of the game. I think that's it. And I think Cavalier is completely unaware of this. But on the topic of Cavalier, Homie doesn't care about anything that's happening. He only cares about one thing. That being T-Oculus. All because this thing is smart enough to solve the next 3 numbers of pi. Homie is just surprised by this. He's like, we need a new host. We need everything going into this. Never mind the fact that 2 xenomorphs are loose. Your synthetics are all over the place. They don't even care anymore. One of them is dead, but you only care about this. This thing is too smart for its own good. This is arguably the smartest being we have seen within Alien. I don't know where this story is going to go from here because we don't hear anything about this in future Alien films. So I'm curious to know how this whole thing plays out, especially with Boy Cavalier. I'm being led to believe that he and Oculus will be one by the end of the series. I think his next episode, which is crazy, but I think they should have a season 2. 100%. And like I said, we are in the middle of a whole bunch of shit. Where it goes from here is really up to speculation. Will more chaos ensue within the corporation itself, or will everything go back to the way it was meant to be? I doubt it, and I get the feeling that Oculus is going to be the reason everything goes to shit. Aside from the fact that the xenomorphs are just running around. Or xenomorph in this case, the other one was caught. But overall, this episode was great because I just love the chaos, and seeing the interaction between Wendy and the xenomorph for the first time ever, I like that. But I want to know what you all thought about Alien Earth Episode 7. Did you like it or did you not?